Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf bane moves and the autumn moon is bright.
Ginger. She come for the ride. We'll scratch. Swap some juice. We'll be our own path with no more. It's so us-y.
Its charm over your heart always.
All right, I'll take it.
We were attacked by a lycanthrope.
We like it. It feels so good.
We share the full host minutes of the live content. Sometimes that content must be listed where it or otherwise impaired. But we won't settle for a simple run-of-the-mill video. We need something more. We need... Slaylist.
Welcome back to Slaylist, and welcome to Werewolf Month. Please welcome Jeff and Joanna as they run down their top 5 werewolf films.
Hey baby, what are we doing today?
One of my favorite topics in horror, as well as all of cinema,
Werewolves.
movies. Yes, that's right. Before the hockey mask, before the glove with the razor fingers, before the William Shatner mask that was all bleached out. This furry underbite right here was the image. Ow! You son of a bitch.
You okay, baby?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, top 5.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5, 1941, The Wolfman.
Yeah, the OG. In fact, this film is like a treasure trove of Universal Studio monsters, actors. You get Claude Rains, who was the Invisible Man, Bela Lugosi, who was Dracula, and of course, Lon Chaney Jr. as the titular, the wolf man.
It sounds like you said testicular.
Well, he was pretty jacked. He went about 6'3", 225, so a beast in real life, Lon Chaney Jr.
That's pretty big, man. All right, number 3. Or sorry, I skipped 4. We're gonna do number 4.
Can't skip 4, because it's not exclusively a werewolf movie, but who cares, because the band is back together again in 1987's
The
Monster
Squad.
Squad. The forces of evil are coming together to take over the earth. You get Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Gill Man, Dracula, and the Wolfman.
And, spoiler alert, Wolfman's got nards.
He's got nards and he ain't afraid to use them.
Number 3, 1985.
No, Michael J. Fox playing lovable loser Scott Howard in Teen Wolf, where at the age of 17, he realizes he's inherited the family curse and becomes a werewolf. After that, though, he goes from zero to hero, becoming the star of the school basketball team, catapulting them into a winning season. And then he just realizes you don't need to be a werewolf to be cool, just be yourself.
True to
Doesn't
you.
really do anything for the werewolf mystique. But it did give us a Saturday morning cartoon show that was pretty cool.
Cause he's got style, looks so wild, Teen Wolf. Number 2, I think number 2 is my favorite. Absolute.
Oh, the 2021 movie, cute little movie based on a video game?
Yep, Werewolves Within. I watched that thing like 3 times this weekend.
Well, it's a good one. It's got elements of Twin Peaks, 30 Days of Night, Clue, and Werewolves.
And werewolf, I think you gotta have a werewolf.
You also get Lily from the AT&T store.
Really?
That's really Lily.
Really, Lily?
Really Lily.
That is very cool. And it also kind of gives you a little spin on what it is to be postal. And our number 1 pick, can you guess what our number 1 pick is?
There's something really familiar about all of this. Number 1, again, from the 80s. It's It's Silver Bullet. Yeah. Silver Bullet. It's got Corey Haim, who's just great, an 80s icon. It's got Gary Busey. Yeah, just keep it going.
But you're supposed to cover Stephen King's book, you know? Okay. Well, at least cover Corey Haim. Anyway, the movie is loosely based on Stephen King's The Cycle of the Werewolf, and it kind of tests the theories like, does it really take a silver bullet to stop a werewolf? Oh, let's test that out.
Hey, little Red, let's go say hi to your grandma. Oh, yeah.
Silver bullet. And that totally just happened. Holy crap, you are my witness. You are my witness. A werewolf just came. Oh,
Thanks.
wow. Did it work? Really?
Only one way to stop a werewolf.
Silver bullet. Wow. The end. That's it.
Or is it?
The supernatural, the power of darkness, it's all true.
Our very own Adam Wetston, not Spooky Thor anymore, has returned for his top 5 picks.
Don't turn your back on the wolf pack, or you might wind up in a body bag. Oh, we're not talking about that wolf pack, those wolves. We're talking about werewolves. Oh, this is awkward. What's up, Pumpkin Patch? I'm Sexy Thor of the Thunderverse, still filling in for Spooky Thor being all disappeared and wherever he is, and this month we're talking about werewolves, so let's get started, shall we? Number 5, The Wolfman from 2010. This was critically panned, and I enjoyed it well enough. Lots of interesting names in this movie where you look back and you're just like, oh yeah, well, they've definitely done a lot since then, but yeah, worth another shot. Number 4, Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. Now, there are Lycans throughout the whole series, but Underworld, Rise of the Lycans, well, it's kind of self-explanatory. Like, if you're really feeling like in an underworld mood and, you want to go more on the side of the werewolves, this is definitely the one, and it pretty much makes them the ultimate baby faces of this series. Number 3, Teen Wolf. You know how in Captain America Civil War, Spider-Man, Peter Parker was like, yeah, I got these powers, I wanted to play football, but I couldn't because I have these powers. Well, not the case here in Teen Wolf, as Michael J. Fox gets these powers and he uses it to play sports better and be popular and, I guess the stuff some people do in high school. Do these people like the real me, like authentically, or is it just because, I can do all these sports better because I'm a wolf? Oh yeah, and I'm a werewolf, werewolf stuff. Number 2, An American Werewolf in London. Oh, I had to. Too closely related, or maybe it is. I don't know if there's a shared backstory between the movie and the song Werewolves in London. Let me know in the comments. Help me learn something today. Widely acclaimed as one of Rick Baker's best special effects works. I love, for some reason, the sort of stormtrooper guys. Maybe that's because those NECA collectibles of those werewolf nightmare soldiers in certain big box stores right next to the Toonie Terrors. The Toonie Terrors, which, they're nice and all, but they're not worth committing grand larceny for, so don't do it. Sexy Thor PSA right here. And number 1, Ginger Snaps. Now, I saw this one later in life, but I finally caught it, and 2 sisters, Bridget and Ginger, who are obsessed with death and the macabre and all that, or one night, Ginger gets attacked by a werewolf, and she's dealing with, again, werewolf stuff in a more grim manner than old Michael J. Fox was dealing with. Having to deal with something close to that, I'm sure, really shakes you out of your death obsession and all that when it's... But I feel like if this movie came out about 8 years later, there'd be a Team Ginger, Team Bridget sort of thing. If you know why, you know why. Can't say enough about this movie. I absolutely Love it. Also, hashtag Team Ginger.
Oh, yeah! Give me a keg of beer.
Now, for the first lady of our wolf pack, Jessica, as she gives you her top 5 picks.
Ooh! And welcome to my picks for Werewolf Month. I recommend that you turn on the Lovecraft song Awoo for this auspicious occasion. It's one of my favorites, and it's just fun, and I feel like it has a werewolfy theme to it. Anyway, I digress. Sorry, we're talking about movies here. We might get some other digressions during this, but we'll just roll with it. How's that? Alright, let's start the picks. For number 5, I have Red Riding Hood. It has Amanda Seyfried. It's a retelling of the story Little Red Riding Hood, and I thought it was pretty good. So that's my number 5. Number 4. Number 4 is a classic, Teen Wolf. Michael J. Fox in his movie from the 80s. Lots of fun. There you go, that's number 4. Number 3 is Wolfman from 2010. I feel like this pick was really influenced by the Halloween Horror Nights house that we went to around that time, that was kind of sort of based on the movie, but really just based on the Wolfman. That Halloween Horror Nights house was one of the best Halloween Horror Nights houses I've ever been through, and I really loved it, and so maybe it made me feel more fondly about this movie than it deserves, but that's my number 3 pick. Number 2, Ginger Snaps. I don't know if you've seen Ginger Snaps. If you haven't, you should watch it. I feel like this is becoming a Days of Halloween discussion, but it's number 2 on my list because it is absolutely incredible. Female werewolves, I just love it. You should watch it if you haven't. And number 1, that's right, we're going back to classic Universal monster movies, the 1941 absolute classic, The Wolfman with Lon Chaney. I love Universal classic movies, in case you haven't noticed. If you haven't watched the other Slaylist, then you may not know, but big fan of all the Universal classic monster movies, so of course Wolfman was gonna make my list. That's all I have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this list, and leave me a comment down below and tell me what your favorite werewolf movies are and what you think of my list. Thanks. Bye.
Whoever is bitten by a werewolf and lives becomes a werewolf himself.
And now, it's my turn. My top 5 werewolf movies of all time. Number 5, Wolf Cop. It's 2 great tastes that taste great together. Cops and werewolves. Just put them together. It's like the Reese's Cup of low-budget horror comedy. Way over the top, and it's a riot, guys. You should definitely check it out. This movie is hilarious. I love it. Number 4. I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash from people when I put it here, but American Werewolf in London. Well, some people consider it the greatest werewolf movie of all time, and you're entitled to your opinion. However, I think there are 3 better than this. Probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, werewolf transformations in film history. It's just number 4 to me, though. I really, really like it. It's just I love some other movies better. Like number 3, Dog Soldiers. I love this movie. It's a foreign movie. Well, it's foreign in that it's from like Great Britain. Like, it's werewolves versus army, and those werewolves are straight up terrifying. Also, I think they're like 25 feet tall or something. They're ridiculous. I don't know. That's a hyperbole, but they're scary. Number 2, The Wolfman from 1941. How could it not be? If you want to talk about werewolves, you gotta start with the original one. You gotta start with Larry Talbot. Even though it wasn't the very first Universal werewolf movie, and it changed the mythos completely for anyone that loves werewolf movies going forward. Number 1, honestly, I am well on the record as to say that Ginger Snaps is the greatest werewolf movie of all time. This movie is fantastic in every aspect. I cannot tell you how much I love Ginger Snaps. The whole movie is perfect, and you have to see it. And I promise you, if you're one of those people that thinks that certain movies are better in a certain genre than others, try Ginger Snaps and you'll realize American Werewolf in London is really, really good. Ginger Snaps just has a little bit more character to it, at least for me. Well, why don't you let me know what your favorite werewolf movies are down below in the comments, and if you love Ginger Snaps, let me know. I'm not saying that I am definitively right, but I mean, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Internet. Prove me wrong.
Tonight I'm gonna show you something. Make you believe.
We hope you enjoyed all of our selections here on Slaylist. Make sure that you follow us on all the social media sites and you subscribe to the YouTube channel because we're coming back next month for all things
Thank you for watching. If you don't mind, please click or treat. That's where you like, share and subscribe. You can also stalk us on all the social media sites. Thank you for riding with the Four Horsemen, where Halloween lives and fall is forever.